Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This video will briefly discuss U.S. expat taxes with sort of a specific emphasis on those expats here in Thailand, American expats specifically, and the ITIN, or the Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, the importance thereof in the context of taxpayers here in U.S. taxpayers here in Thailand and their foreign or lawful permanent resident or naturalized Thai spouse, naturalized U.S. citizenship. With respect to the ITIN number and U.S. tax filings, in most cases, in my experience, where this whole issue, sort of raises its head, is in the context of those Americans who are looking to repatriate back to the United States. They wish to bring their Thai fiance or spouse back to the United States, and if those folks have been living and working over here in Bangkok or the greater Thailand or Southeast Asia area, they may or may not be able to either file here locally or to go ahead and file through one of the service centers, USCIS service centers in the United States. These folks, oftentimes, especially if they haven't filed any tax returns while they've been abroad, which is a common misconception and a fairly common state of affairs for folks outside the United States. They may simply not be aware that they need to go ahead and file their tax returns, notwithstanding the fact that they live abroad. They may simply not understand the overall implications of U.S. tax law. Whatever the case may be, the ITIN number, in my experience, has usually come up in what's called the consular processing phase of the U.S. immigration process, which is the phase, at least over here in Thailand, where the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok undertakes scrutiny of the visa application of a foreign national, and part of that scrutiny entails analyzing an American citizen's affidavit of support. In the context of the K-1 visa, that's going to be what's called the I-134. In the context of an immigrant visa, it's an I-864. There's other videos on this channel with respect to those affidavits of support, but part of the affidavit of support requires that an American citizen go ahead and have their taxes filed. And in the case of those who are married to a foreign national, whether they're a resident alien of the United States or not, they're going to need some form of tax identification number. If they're not at all a resident of the United States, then it may be required to go ahead and get an individual tax identification number, an ITIN, contacting the IRS in the United States and obtaining said number. It basically sort of operates in much the same way that one's Social Security number operates on a given tax form. For example, like the 1040 form when just filing basic income taxes. It's a fairly important thing to do because it may be a requirement to even be able to file one's taxes properly that an ITIN number be obtained. So it's something to think about. Again, it mostly comes up in the context of those looking to repatriate, but again, as mentioned previously on this channel, on other videos with respect to expat taxes, American expats, unlike other foreign nationals of other countries, are responsible for paying taxes on our worldwide income. And as a result of that responsibility, we generally need to file a tax return unless we fall under some sort of exemption. It should be noted that under the foreign earned income exclusion, or exemption as I sometimes call it, an American national living abroad who does not make over a certain level of personal income, that individual's income may be excluded from income tax. But one can only obtain the exclusion by actually making a filing. Moreover, if an individual is married to a Thai national and is married filing jointly, then that individual will, unless there's certain circumstances apply, certain exceptions apply, it's very, very likely that that individual is going to go ahead and need an ITIN number for their foreign spouse. And once an ITIN number is obtained, it's a fairly downhill process from there. That being said, those interested in further information about U.S. tax filings and specific information about tax obligations with respect to foreign national spouses are strongly encouraged to contact, for example, me. I am licensed in the United States Tax Court. We do handle tax matters especially in the context of assisting with U.S. immigration matters. So we'd be happy to assist with that.